Okie dokie. Right. This week has been very progressive. Very, very progressive. Right. I come to realize that I've been focused on profit over process. And that's just led to every single mistake that I've made happening again. So in turn, all I have to do now is just focus on my process over profit, which I was doing until I had that dry month in September where I didn't take a single trade. And then the thought came to my mind of profit, right? Then profit stemmed to, if I know how to trade, I'm analyzing these markets and they're moving in my direction. I'm just not taking them because they're not following my trading plan. I should be making money, which led me to then focus on profit over the process, which led to the derailment of my psychology and the quality of my trades. It went to shambles. And you can see that, Liz, it's been a slow and steady deterioration. But you can see it in the Alpha Capital, right? How we've just been on a losing streak. Number of trades, 9 trades, right? We've got an 11% win rate. I've placed one winner out of those trades. Where is it? Here you go. Obviously, it's not 9, but it's one winner and 4 losses. Sorry, 5 losses because is it? Yeah, no, it is because GDP USD and Euro USD and USD CAD both have had 2 trades taken on them. Because 200 per trade risking. Can I bring it out a drawdown 100%? Will I? Yes, because I've come to understand why this has been happening, right? Yeah, anyone can place a winning trade, which is evident, but to have consistency in profits requires consistency in the process. So by focusing on the process, I can create the consistent profits that I desire. But if I just focus on what I desire, which is the profits, I don't have the consistency in my process to obtain those. And that was the biggest lesson that I've learned. Now I genuinely feel like I have all the pieces. I have the technical ability, which I've had for ages, and it's just been getting better and better and better. And now I have the psychological understanding of the mental framework that I need to apply to the markets. And that now that I've gone through this situation where I've not traded in weeks, I understand that when that does happen again, because it most likely will, when that happens again, I'm not going to turn back to, I should be making money. Why am I not making money? There's something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Essentially, I'll just remember, yeah, this is just part of the game. It's going to come again. There's going to be a trade. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. But it's completely changed my analysis. Like you'll see now, my analysis, it's the best it's ever been right now. It's the best it's ever been. My psychology feels the best it's ever been. And we're going to get into the market now. Right, let me should move. Okay, should be able to see the screen. Here we go. So we have AUD USD, GDP USD, Euro USD, Euro GDP, NZD USD, NZD CAD. Huh. You know what I'm saying? So starting off with AUD USD, starting off on the weekly, paying attention to how the trend is reacting, right? Then we see clean on the way up, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And now we've shifted, we've created lower low, lower high, lower low. So we can anticipate for this market to continue respecting the trend, my technical analysis of the trend. So we're anticipating a little wick pullback after this engulfing to create the push to the downside, to create the push away from this neckline, which it could potentially do for this left head, right shoulder, for the market to overall create this ginormous push to the downside. Like, I'm talking crazy. But we see the break of this net. If the market breaks and retests this neckline, this is a very high probability of happening. And within this move, this is such a strong, large reversal pattern when the market's true intention was to the downside anyways. Like, look at its impulse. This was a reversal shift of structure. And now, oh, honestly, this right here, because I understand technicals and I understand my psychology now, I just see money, right? I don't see money from winning trades. I just see money from the probabilities of opportunities provided here, because having such a strong reversal pattern on the weekly provides such a strong foundation for the market to push to the downside that we can capitalize on those daily lower highs and retests and wait for those clean trending moments, with because this is going to be a year, right? You're going to see that over the course of the year if it does play out like that. Like, look at, like, that is over a year's time. That's a year, right? From here to here. The market could push down in less, but we could see the market break, sort of do something like that, and then eventually see that push to the downside. And if you put a timer on that, that's like a year. But anyways, right, off of that side tangent, weekly engulfing, waiting for the daily to create a retest, a rejection, and for it to create a show of hand, and then we'll look for the entry under this beautiful resistance zone. You look left, resistance, support, resistance, break, retest, sell. Love that. Once I see that the market's already done what I want it to do, that gives me extra confidence. So we're looking for price to come up, reject it, engulfing, then obviously move to the lower time frames for the confluences. GDP USD, love this market because we've created that shift of structure. We're showing very strong price action, strong weekly, two very small candle pullbacks, retesting and rejecting. Not only did we reject the EMA and the psychological level, we also rejected an valid area of interest. That, if you look left, break, retest, rejection, sell, right? Support, retest, rejection, sell, right? Break, retest, rejection, sell. Rejection, sell, rejection, sell. This area is crisp, right? This is why I said a few weeks ago, I'm so confident on that the US dollar in 2026 is going to go sky high, right? It's going to go sky high, I'm telling you. Like, you see gold as well. Gold is at highs right now, and it's creating that foundation to pull back. Why is it taking so long? Because USD is going to strengthen in 2026. And for that to happen, which would mean gold going down and down and down and down in value, right? It needs that foundation to push. We've been creating that foundation on GDP USD, on Euro USD, on USD CHF, all these pairs. From just looking at technicals, that's my projection. I don't even look at fundamentals or news, but that's my projection for 2026, that the US dollar is going to strengthen. The US economy is going to go up. Trump is in business. and he wants to make some money. So, you know, put two and two together. But anyways, weekly engulfing, daily lower high. We've had two rejections from this area. We've had the push away. Now we're creating a pullback. Now this market is primed for me to penetrate it, right? All I need now is just a little reject. I don't even need a rejection on this market. All we need to see is the 4 hour. The 4 hour needs to give me my entry confluences, which is going to be a rejection from here. Then obviously scrolling down, we're going to want to see that lower time frame shift of structure plus break and retest of an area of interest. And ideally, I want to see a daily doji. I would take this trade before seeing a daily engulfing if we get a daily doji with the 4 hour confluences, because we've already had the show of hand from the market. We created that push away. Euro USD, exactly the same as GDP USD, right? Strong area of support and resistance. See, we built a foundation. We're now breaking and retesting, breaking and retesting, breaking and retesting, breaking and retesting. Super clean on the weekly. And obviously a daily lower high. Being that the market is already bearish, we see impulse, 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 right? this market, I'm not touching until we see like an engulfing or something. Simply because of how indecisive it's been. It's been super strong to the downside, strong to the upside, strong to the downside again. This one needs that extra confirmation of a rejection, engulfing candle, lower time frame confluences. Euro GDP. Euro GDP, the weekly is, this is not based off of the weekly. Okay, go back. The weekly has shown me that it has the potential to create the pullback. We've seen a tweezer top, right? So now we could actually create that pullback, because what gives me confidence is seeing how this market is respecting the trend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We can anticipate for the market to create a higher low now. With that, tweezer top, shift of structure. I'm just simply waiting for a retest of previous structure, area of interest, and then rejection, lower time frame confluences, sell back down to where we have that weekly area of interest. Kushti. That's a beautiful weekly counter trend trade. NZD USD, just following the trend, honestly, following the trend left. This is what, right? This is what can anticipate for Euro and GDP, right? This kind of left head, right shoulder, push, right? Let me go find them fuckers. Where is it? Sorry, AUD USD, right? This, just put it into perspective. Left head, right shoulder, it's even bigger. Push, right? Where is that cunt? Left head, like look how small this left head, right shoulder is, and look at the push it gave, and look at the beautiful, beautiful market conditions. The trending market was just gorgeous. Now, AUD is Australia is obviously a lot bigger than New Zealand, which is obviously means their economy is much stronger when it's comparing to the US dollar. So AUD, just the theory, right? AUD is stronger, therefore it means it needs a stronger foundation, and there's more of a battle against the US dollar. But if the market does, if Australian dollar does give in and USD strengthens, which we see it strengthening, The US dollar is going to create that push and overpower Australia, Australian dollar, right? And then we can see the fulfillment of this move. Now, watch me come back this time next year, right? And this move or some of this move has happened. It'll be the coolest shit ever. Like, Danny, how did you buy your C63? AUD USD, baby. I'll just be fucking, yeah, it'd be cool, man. It'd be cool. Cool to call it, cool to catch it. Right? But we're just looking for a continuation. The market structure bit, lower low, lower high, lower low. We're currently creating a lower low, and we've just seen an engulfing, which is a continuation pattern, right? And seeing how we have an engulfing and the daily's pulling back, it's beautiful. I'm just looking for a little retest, sell. Obviously, retest, engulfing, sell. Lower time frame, confluences, sell. NCD CAD, exactly the same thing. Just looking for a retest, rejection, lower time frame, confluences, sell. Nothing crazy. This one doesn't have an engulfing. But there's so many markets, right? This is the thinking that I'm in. I have so many beautiful crisp markets at the beginning of the week, right? The technicals, they're just lining up. I only need one of these markets to provide me with everything on my tick list. Just one. Whether that wins or loses doesn't matter. I just need one. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 markets. And all we're looking for is one opportunity. Those are good odds to me, And now it's just a patience game. 17 minutes, that's quick, man. Efficient, get it done. Move on. In a bit.